Put the ladies on the front.
The House will come to order. The chair recognizes Representative Hendricks for a special recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the recognition. I move that we suspend the rules to grant four privileges for the 4A state champion, Fairfield High School boys, coaches, staff. Thank you so much.
Any objections? Hearing no objection, four privileges granted. Representative Hendricks. Let's welcome him in. Representative Hendricks, you're further recognized.
Again, I want to thank you all so much, and I just want to say to the staff, to the coaches, also Dr. Thompson, so proud of y'all for what y'all have accomplished. And right now, I want to ask the clerk to read the resolution. Thank you.
Mr. Clerk.
Whereas, highest commendations are herein proudly presented to the Fairfield High Preparatory School boys basketball team on winning the 2026 Alabama High School Athletic Association Class 4A Boys Basketball State Championship. And whereas the Fairfield Tigers defeated Asheville 65-42 on March 6, 2026 at Legacy Arena. The team dominated early in the game with a 15-2 lead and closed with a 16-4 run in the final period. Despite a brief third-quarter surge by Asheville, Fairfield's superior rebounding and 22 points off turnovers solidified the victory. This marks the team's third state title since 2020 under the leadership of head coach Maurice Ford. And whereas the team has been expertly coached by head coach Maurice Ford and his exemplary coaching and support staff. And whereas head coach Maurice Ford has over 20 years of coaching experience at Fairfield High Preparatory School, under his leadership, Fairfield has become a dominant force in Alabama high school basketball, achieving multiple state titles. His teams are known for disciplined defense, strong rebounding, and effective teamwork, reflecting Coach Ford's coaching philosophy. And whereas the Fairfield boys basketball team's success is a tremendous source of pride for the members' families, classmates, teachers, administrators, and the entire community, whose dedication and support have played a crucial role in motivating the team. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the House of Representatives of the Legislature of Alabama that the Fairfield High Preparatory School 2026 boys basketball team and coaches are highly honored and commended on winning the AHSAA Class 4A boys basketball state championship title, and we hereby dedicate this resolution to them in utmost admiration, along with best wishes for continued success.
Mr. Speaker, I ask you, would you allow Coach Ford and Dr. Thompson to say a few words?
Yes, let's adopt this resolution real quick, and then we'll do that. Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Representative Hendricks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank Representative Travis Hendricks and Senator Marika Coleman for their recognition and for honoring our students in this fabulous way. Today I stand. They really work hard. They are hard workers. Their perseverance stands out amongst anything that they do. But not only that, their academics stands out. And that's what's important to me as superintendent. They have to hold, we all know the Alabama Athletic Association holds certain standards, but we also hold certain standards at Fairfield City Schools. And so I'm so proud of them. I'm proud of Coach Ford and the work that he does, as well as his team, the other coaches and the managers and all that they do. And I thank you so much for this recognition today. Thank you.
I would like to say thank you all for having us down, and we represented the state very well today. I just want to say without these guys, without no them, it wouldn't be no me. And they worked very hard for this, and we'd like to thank you all for inviting us down. I don't want to hold up all y'all time, but just again, just want to say thank you.
Chairman Lovren, you're recognized.
We'll go straight to these.
House Joint Resolution number 277 by Representative Hall, commending Drake State Community and Technical College on its 65th anniversary. House Joint Resolution number 278 by Representative Faulkner, commending Sanford women's basketball team for winning the 2026 Southern Conference Tournament Championship. House Joint Resolution number 283 by Representative Blackshear, commending Chattahoochee Valley Community College women's basketball team. House Joint Resolution number 284 by Representative Lee, commending Molly Meadows on the occasion of her retirement. House Joint Resolution number 293 by Representative Pascal, celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. House Joint Resolution number 302 by Representative Rigsby, commending Senator Thomas Wayne Butler for his accomplishments and career of service. Senate Joint Resolution number 77 by Senator Livingston, commending the section boys basketball team on winning the 2026 Alabama High School Athletic Association 2A state championship. Senate Joint Resolution number 78 by Senator Livingston, commending North Sand Mountain girls basketball team for winning the 2026 Alabama High School Athletic Association 2A state basketball championship. Senate Joint Resolution number 97 by Senator Allen, commending the University of Alabama on its upcoming Reserve Officers Training Corps facility and Student Veterans Center.
I move adoption.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? They are adopted.
House Resolution number 288 by Representative Whitt, establishing the Study Commission on Carbon Dioxide fees.
I move adoption.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? They are adopted.
House Resolution number 291 by Representative Lomax, recognizing the month of May 2026 as ALS Awareness Month in the state of Alabama.
I move adoption.
All in favor say aye. They are adopted.
House Joint Resolution number 279 by Representative Fiddler, encouraging the state of Alabama to study navigational aids within the waterways of Mobile Bay and surrounding waters.
I move adoption.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? It is adopted.
House Joint Resolution number 281 by Representative Barnes, urging the State Committee on Public Health to review and consider adding the novel synthetic opioid propionitrile chloroquine as a Schedule I controlled substance.
Move adoption.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? It is adopted.
House Joint Resolution number 282 by Representative Oliver, extending the Chronic Weight Management and Type 2 Diabetes Task Force.
I move adoption.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? It is adopted.
House Joint Resolution number 301 by Representative Paramore, establishing the Alabama Forest Product Retention, Pulp, and Paper Mill Stability Study Commission.
I move adoption.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? It is adopted.
Senate Joint Resolution number 79 by Senator Coleman, establishing the Alabama Legislative Study Commission on Child Sexual Abuse Laws and Policies.
I move adoption.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? It is adopted.
Senate Joint Resolution number 98 by Senator Barfoot, naming the portion of Alabama Highway 9 from Mount Hebron Road to Boswell Road in Elmore County the Lamar S. Bubba Woodham Jr. Highway.
I move adoption.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? It is adopted. Reverend Morris, you on a moment of personal privilege. Okay, Mr. Clerk, let's go on to local bills.
On page 82 of the calendar, House Bill number 634 by Representative Easterbrook, relating to Washington County.
Question for the body is the adoption of the BIR. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 61 ayes, 0 nays. BIR has been adopted. Question now is final passage of 634. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the vote. 17 ayes, 0 nays. HB 634 is passed. Clerk, call the next bill.
On page 82 of the calendar, House Bill number 635 by Representative Easterbrook relating to Choctaw County.
Question for the body is adoption of the BIR. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the votes. 58 ayes, 0 nays. The BR has been adopted. Question now is final pass of HB 635. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the votes. 12 ayes, 0 nays. HB 635 has passed. Clerk, call next bill.
On page 90 of the calendar, House Bill number 639 by Representative Baker relating to Escambia County.
Question for the body is the adoption of the BIR. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the votes. 49 ayes, 0 nays. BR has been adopted. Question now is final passage of 639. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the vote. 14 ayes, 0 nays. HB 639 has passed. Chair recognizes the gentleman from Lee, Chairman Lovern.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a resolution.
House Resolution number 318 by the House Rules Committee, the special order calendar.
Move adoption.
Representative Morris. Yes, sir. Okay. Chair recognizes the lady from Montgomery, Representative Morris.
Speak with the gentleman, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I thought the cleaning folks had accidentally hit your button. I didn't know you meant to really come down here.
I just wanted to come and have a conversation with you. Just small, short. I just have a quick question about roll call voting.
Okay.
So can you give me how the process for roll call voting, because I know if I'm in committee and I say I want a roll call, but if someone else say I want to move to give the bill a favorable report, before we even start having a conversation on the bill, how does that work?
Sure. Well, there is a lot of chairman discretion on that, but as far as an official blanket rule on the roll call voting, I'll get you an official word on that for
So
in a committee setting.
now we in committee, and the sponsor of the bill just presented, and one of the other members say, 4 people put their hands up. And the chairman calls on the first person and said, well, I like this bill. I would like to, at the appropriate time, give this bill a favorable report. That's the first speaker. So no one else had a chance to say anything. Then when it comes to me and I want to do a roll call vote, I can't do it because we already have a motion on the table. So I would like to know the process for roll call voting, because when I go in one committee, it's a different way, and I go in another one, it's something different. So
it can be made, it has to be made and seconded. You have to have 2 motions on that for the roll call, and it has to be done before the motion.
okay, so if the chairman has the ability to be able to call the first person and the second person to make a motion and to second it, do you not think that that's
That's where some chairman discretion would come in play.
that's what, but it's not being used. So you see my dilemma that I'm having. So if there's a bill that's going to come in committee and the chairman really wants this bill out and don't want a roll call, they can already have this process set up. They can have the process set up where you already going to have the person to say, I'd like to give the bill a favorable report, and then you're going to call, and the other person automatically going to second, and now the motion is already on the table. But you have not called on no one else at all. So you don't give me an opportunity to be able to ask for a roll call vote.
I wasn't present at the meeting you're speaking of, so I don't want to speak out of line with.
No, I'm
what
just saying
exactly
in general. I've witnessed this a couple times in a couple of committees, and I just wanted to know. Well, I got my answer, so I guess it is okay what they're doing, even though I just feel like the rule on that should be changed because people should be allowed to ask for a roll call because if you're gonna set it up already from the beginning of what it is that you want to do, that gives other people no grounds to be able to have a roll call vote because it's already set up. And it's at the chairman's discretion. So he's gonna call whom he's gonna call. Him or her is going to call who they wanna call first anyway. So now we are stuck. Even if we put our hand up first, the chairman get to call who they want. And that should be something that should be looked at. I know you're the rules chairman, that's why I wanted to make sure I come.
Happy to always look at any of our rules and procedures and see if there's ways for more efficiency. There is a lot of discretion given to the person that's in that leadership role for them to most efficiently run the meetings and work the legislative process from their perspective. And but certainly want to listen and any ideas and suggestions you have, I'd be happy to look at.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Chair thanks the lady. Chair recognizes the gentleman from Marengo, Representative McCampbell. While he's making his way down here, I'd like to recognize the leadership from Honda Manufacturing in Lincoln, Alabama. Congratulations on your 25 years of operation in Alabama. They are the guests of Representative Boyd and Representative Hurst. Let's give them a big hand.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the recognition. What a gentleman year.
Yes, sir.
And since you are Rules Chairman, I want to reiterate that process of a roll call vote, it does need to be defined a little bit better, simply because if we are going to represent all the constituency, then people, we've said that we want it cleared up in committees. But if committees are not allowing the process to go full force, then that's a problem. And so we need to get that for this next quadrennium. That needs to be something that actually is addressed when we are getting ready to set up for the next quadrennium.
Happy to listen to any suggestions you have.
All right,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen. Chair recognizes the lady from Jefferson, Representative Gavan.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm listening to the robust discussion, and what I've been noticing really the last 2 weeks, we've had members to come up, and they've come up and preached sermons and dissertations and theses and theories of relativity and all of that, all of those things that intellectuals do. And I was reminded, and I meant to say it yesterday, and I know there are some concerns, and I don't know what the concern is. I'm coming in late to the rules, whatever the rule violation is, and I'm assuming it's with a roll call vote. And I know when we first started this quadrennium, and the rules changed, it was somewhat quirky as to how that process worked. So I certainly stand in support with my colleague in her concerns. But as I listened to all of the debate or discussions the last few weeks about the rules and about legislation and about fairness and about moving the process, and it reminded me, and I had this conversation yesterday, that 2 years ago, when I had several bills upstairs, and there was a senator who was disgruntled at the time because of a situation that happened, transactional situation on a particular piece of legislation, and I took a position that I represent a certain district and that all individuals who serve should be respected in their respective districts, and I stand by that. And so, of course, that year, one of my bills, maybe or whatever, was held, and then last year, the two that I wanted to get out, I was able to get one out, and of course, on the last day, they said they would move it, but I would have to make an amendment, and I walked on it. But I'm standing here because it just sometimes amazes me in this house, and has amazed me over the years, those things that I have spoken about, or that I needed relief, or I needed support, that it's all about you, but then when it happens to other people, and I said this to my good friend Alan Treadaway, he and I had a conversation last Thursday about it as well as the other day. And I said, I stood here last year and I said, you kill my dog, I'm gonna kill your cat. And I said the year before, and I was able to, when I found out what was going on, that senator had gotten out 2 bills or 3, but the other 3 that they were gonna get out, I did get some relief on, and those did not move at the end. So I guess for me, I'm just standing here. When I hear people speak of fairness and I hear people speak of equity in situations, it just floors me, because then we get to a level of hypocrisy that permeates through the halls, from the gallery to the chamber. And if it's the right person, it matters. If it's someone who everybody likes, it matters. If they're in the club or in the key group, it matters. And I guess I'm thankful for the type of person I am, because it should matter regardless. But I also rose because every year or every 4 years, I go back and I try to replay, or I look at excerpts when the leadership comes in, and I go back to the speeches. And I listen very intently, as I was taught as a little girl to do and trained. And because for me, words matter. When you say you're gonna be fair, I can only take you at your word. When you say you're gonna do the right thing, I can only take you at your word. When you say you're gonna listen and have an open door policy, I can only take you at your word. When you say you're here and you will be a leader for all, I take a person at their word until they show me differently. And then when that happens, I know from moving forward not to trust anything you say. But for me, at the end of the day, I can only hold someone accountable to the words that they speak off their lips, but most importantly, the actions of those words. And so, as I stand here today, and I've listened to much of the dialogue over the course of the past few weeks, and I know those that want to get, if I never get a bill out, I'm good. I think I have about 20 solo passed, in counting, solo. That's a pretty damn good record. So I've done pretty good these last 16 years. Because some folks been here longer than that and don't have 20 solo passed. So I'm okay. I'm good. whether you cutting my back or my front, I'm good. Because it doesn't matter to me one way or the other. We stand here and we get crisscrossing political battles that sometimes we should not be in. I don't get in the middle of other folks' fights. But I was reminded of that speech. And I also remembered some words that I said after the beginning of the quadrennium, and I spoke these words. I said, listen, the gavel can be a set of peas. It can be powerful. It could be providential. It could also be provocative. But it should also be purposeful. So as we've moved through this quadrennium these past 4 years, for me, as I sit here and I marinate on all of these processes, I still go back to that speech. But most importantly, I go back to my thoughts that day on that speech. And my prayer was that God would not let my mind overcome my heart and to allow for a process to unfold. And I'm also one that God never lets anything creep up on me. So with that being said, as we move about, I hope that this body will get to a point of fairness in all things. And that people will treat people the way they want to be treated, and not until when their day comes, and then they can see that this is how it feels to be cut, or this is how it feels to be ignored, or this is how it feels to be trampled upon, or drugged, or whatever. And I said this to Alan. He and I had a good long conversation about it. Because when I stood here the last 2 years, but you did try to help. I will say that. You did. A couple of times. I will say that. So I'm going to be fair, but, you know, that's my thought on it. And I'm just talking about the processes in general. Because at the end of the day, for me, it's simple. The Word of God says, this which you do unto the least of these, you do it unto me. And I always tell people, you may have a child. You never know when it's going to come back around. It may be that this man did me wrong when I was a little girl. A few years ago, that man's daughter had to come before me for something. After 30-some, 40 years, things I had forgotten came back to my mind. But I later had an opportunity to tell him, I didn't treat your daughter like you treated me. So be careful how you treat people, because you don't ever know. You don't ever know when it's going to come back around. So that's all I wanted to say as we talk about all of this fairness. Be careful how you treat people. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Chair, thanks, lady. Question for the body is adoption of special lower calendar. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? It is adopted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members.
Clerk, call the first bill on special lower calendar.
On page 71 of the calendar, House Bill number 591 by Representative Reynolds, relating to Rural Health Transformation Program supplemental appropriation.
Chairman Reynolds, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, as I mentioned earlier, this will be the first of 13 bills traveling with the budget today. HB 591 is the Rural Health Care Transformation Supplemental Appropriation. In that bill, you'll see the level of funding for each of the tranches done in 2026. And I have got a floor amendment, Mr. Speaker.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Clark, Representative Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thanks for the recognition. I want to commend the Chairman Reynolds for having insight to look for and to bring forth a mechanism that will help rural states rural citizens of our state in the health care. It's been a big issue, it's been a big problem because of funding, hospital closures, and not having emergency facilities. And yesterday we passed a bill that will help even with the ambulance, EMS. So I really applaud your effort and thank you so much for doing such, having the insight and the compassion to serve rural Alabama. Thank you so much.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, you say you got a floor amendment?
I do, sir.
Clerk, see the amendment.
BR before.
Budget's on, okay.
That's for the BR, yes, sir.
Question where the body adopts for the BIR. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 104 ayes, 0 nays. BR has been adopted. Chairman Reynolds.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, the amendment is the portion that we discussed, creating the Joint Legislative Oversight Committee on Rural Health Transformation Program funds. In the amendment, you will see members from the Senate Finance and Taxation, the General Fund Committee, the chairs of all four committees, and then members of both the General Fund and the Education Trust Fund, and then leadership in the House and the Senate preside over that committee. If there's no other questions, Mr. Speaker, I'll call for final or adoption of the amendment.
You heard the gentleman's explanation of the amendment. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 104 ayes, 0 nays. Floor amendment has been adopted. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Final vote.
That is question final pass for HB 591. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 104 ayes, 0 nays. HB 591 is passed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Clerk, call next bill.
On page 72 of the calendar, House Bill number 614 by Representative Reynolds, relating to the Rural Health Transformation Program appropriation.
Chairman Reynolds.
Members, this is the same piece of legislation. The last one was 2026. This will be the 2027 supplemental appropriations for those funds. The reason we're doing that is because we do not have final approval from CMS yet on the application process. If we receive that, we want to appropriate funds throughout this year, and then we'll have to come. We won't be back until February, and in January we want to be able to appropriate those funds if applications are available. With that, I'll call for the hour. Vote.
Question for the body is adoption of the BIR. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 104 ayes, 0 nays. BR has been adopted. Mr. Chairman.
Ask for final passage.
That's the question's final passage of HB 614. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 101 ayes, 0 nays. HB 614 is passed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, members.
Clerk, call next bill.
On page 90 of the calendar, Senate Bill number 143 by Senator Albritton, relating to nursing facilities.
Mr. Rails.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, this is SB 143, deals with the assessment, supplemental privilege assessment, deals with secondary supplemental, and also deals with the surcharge on nursing home beds. This generates around $117 million a year. It goes for indigent care and also goes for Medicaid services. So, Mr. Speaker, with that, no questions, I'd entertain the BIR.
Ask questions, adoption of the BIR. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 102 ayes, 0 nays. BR has been adopted. Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Speaker, I have to move for final passage.
That's question final passage of SB 143. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 102 ayes, 0 nays. SB 143 has passed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, gentlemen. Clerk, call next bill.
On page 89 of the calendar, Senate Bill number 144 by Senator Albritton relating to emergency medical transport providers assessment.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, this is the same assessment for the emergency medical providers. This provides additional Medicaid enhancement payments for maintenance and expansion of emergency medical transport services, and it removes the sunset clause. With that, I call for the BIR.
That's questions. Adoption of the BIR. Clerk will lock the machine. The members vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the vote. 104 ayes, 0 nays. BR has been adopted. Mr. Chairman.
Move for final passage.
That's question final passage of SB 144. Clerk will lock the machine. The members vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the vote. 104 ayes, 0 nays. SB 144 has passed.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, members.
Thank the gentleman. Clerk, call next bill.
On page 89 of the calendar, Senate Bill number 145 by Senator Albritton relating to hospitals.
Leader Lee.
I'm not sure I can pass a bill from this side. I've never done it before. This bill deals with the same thing that was before with the taxes, the assessment taxes. It waives those. It allows the hospital to pay this. They're able to use this money to match federal dollars, and they're very supportive. We've been doing it year after year, and so, Mr. Speaker, I move for BIR.
That is questions. Adoption of the BIR. Clerk will lock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the vote. 104 ayes, 0 nays. BR has been adopted. Mr. Leader.
Move for final passage.
That's questions. Final passage. SB 145. Clerk will lock the machine. And the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the vote. 103 ayes, 0 nays. SB 145 has passed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is my first bill from this side.
Congratulations.
16 years.
Clerk, call next bill.
On page 88 of the calendar, Senate Bill number 152 by Senator Albritton relating to Children's Health Insurance Program.
Representative McCampbell.
Thank you. Members, this is Senate Bill 152. It's the funding for SNAP and for CHIPS. And with that, Mr. Speaker, move for the BIR.
That is questions. Adoption of the BIR. Clerk will lock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the vote. 103 ayes, 0 nays. The BR has been adopted.
Mr. Speaker, if there are no other questions, as for the final.
That is questions. Final passage of SB 152. Clerk will lock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the vote. 104 ayes, 0 nays. SB 152 has passed. Clerk, call next bill.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to suspend the rules and call up HB 224 to get us in compliance with Section 70 of the Constitution. It's the same identical House bill as SB 152.
Okay.
We've got to pass both.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Chair recognizes the lady from Madison, Representative Hall.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And the gentleman yelled, I'm not trying to create a problem.
Right, I understand.
I'm trying to understand the process.
Me too.
Okay, so you're caught in that. So from my understanding is that really should have been the initial bill. The Senate bill that you're calling up should have initially occurred on the calendar.
Yes, that's.
And because it didn't, in order for us not to run into any snafus as it relates to the funding for the SNAP program or et cetera, we must take this action. Am I clear in my understanding of that?
You're clear in your understanding as I understand it from the physical office.
I just needed to make sure I was clear.
Yeah.
I was just approached a few minutes ago about this process about to take place, and I just want to make sure
that we were all on the same page, because this is a rarity that we're taking this process as we move forward with the budget.
You're exactly right. It was explained to me that these type of bills have to originate in the House
House, right.
in order for us to be able to be in compliance with the Constitution, Section 70 of the Constitution.
You know what Section 70 is about?
No, ma'am.
I don't either. Thank you.
Thank you, no. Mr. Speaker, I ask for the BR.
Chair recognizes the lady from Jefferson, Representative Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just additional clarification. So why wasn't HB 224 brought up first? Because, and the reason I say that, because we've had that to happen one other time. And I know since I've been here, and even after 2010, we continue to say that certain bills, budgetary bills, have to be brought up in the House first. And it's been ignored over and over again, because don't nobody in the Democratic Party have any sense. You know, and the more you say that, the more it has been ignored. You know, and there's nothing wrong with order.
Right.
Nothing wrong with order. And it's sort of disturbing that we have had this to happen before and had to backpedal to correct it. But if we would read sometimes
Yes, ma'am.
and follow the rules that have been put in place for us, then we will know when we are doing things wrong. And when people bring it to our attention, it ain't always to bring it to your attention and make you feel less than, but it's brought to your attention so that we could be better than as a body. So I appreciate you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Question for the body is adoption of the BIR. Clerk will unlock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the vote. 104 ayes, 0 nays. BR has been adopted. Representative McCampbell.
Mr. Speaker, if there are no further questions, ask for final passage.
That is question final passage of HB 224. Clerk will unlock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the vote. 103 ayes, 0 nays. HB 224 has passed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members.
Thank the gentleman. Clerk, call the next bill.
On page 87 of the calendar, Senate Bill number 153 by Senator Albritton, the Children First Trust Fund.
Representative Warren. Representative Hall, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. I'm standing in for Representative Warren. Senate Bill 153 would appropriate the sums of $36,635,222 from the Children's Trust Fund for fiscal year ending September 30, 2027. And the agencies included are Human Resources, Youth Services, Public Health, Children's Multiple Needs Children Fund, Juvenile Probation, Mental Health, Children's Trust Fund, Medicaid Agency, Forensic Science, Beverage Control, ABC, and the Department of Rehabilitation Services. And if you go to the next area, the appropriation would appropriate $43,789,530 from the Tobacco Settlement Fund for this fiscal year. If there are no questions, I move the adoption of the BIR.
That is questions, adoption of the BIR. Clerk will unlock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine. Record the vote. 103 ayes, 0 nays. BR is adopted.
If there are no further questions, I move final approval.
That is questions, final passage of SB 153. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 103 ayes, 0 nays. SB 153 is passed.
Thank you.
Clerk, call next bill.
On page 86 of the calendar, Senate Bill number 154 by Senator Al Britton relating to state employees.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This bill provides the cost of living increase for state employees for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2026. Without any further questions, Mr. Speaker, I ask for passage of the BIR.
That is questions, adoption of the BIR. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote.
And Mr. Speaker, I do have an amendment.
Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 102 ayes, 0 nays. The BIR is adopted. Representative Givens.
Okay, I do have an amendment.
Clerk, see the amendment.
Amendment to Senate Bill number 154 by Representative Givens.
Okay, this amendment is something we talked about. This has come from the Senate, and it is to give the retirees a bonus. Each individual whose employer participated in the employees' retirement system will receive a bonus, and it will come off the back end of it. And the retirement systems on September 30th, 2026 shall receive the longevity bonus specified in subdivisions.
Okay, you heard the explanation of the floor amendment. Clerk will unlock the machines and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 101 ayes, 0 nays. Floor amendment has been amended.
Okay, with that, Mr. Speaker, I ask for final passage.
That is questions, final passage of SB 154. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the votes. 97 ayes, 0 nays. SB 154 has passed.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Speaker.
you, lady.
Thank you, body.
Clerk, call next bill.
On page 86 of the calendar, Senate Bill number 162 by Representative Al Britton relating to the Coalition Against Domestic Violence.
Representative Hall, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Remember, Senate Bill 162 would appropriate $169,633 from the State General Fund to a Coalition Against Domestic Violence for fiscal year ending September 30th, 2027. Mr. Speaker, I move, if there are no questions, I move adoption of the BIR.
That is questions, adoption of the BIR. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 102 ayes, 0 nays. BR has been adopted. Representative Hall.
If there are no further questions, Mr. Speaker, I move for final passage.
That is questions, final passage. SB 162. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 102 ayes, 0 nays. SB 162 has passed.
Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative Oliver.
Mr. Speaker, request to suspend the rules to let the Military and Veterans Affairs Committee meet.
Any objections? Hearing none, the rules are suspended. For the Military Affairs Committee to meet. Clerk, call the next bill on the special order calendar.
On page 54 of the calendar, Senate Bill number 317 with substitute by Senator Orr relating to the Alabama Commission on the Evaluation of Services.
Chair recognizes Representative Sells.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have a substitute, if you'd like to go ahead and address that. This is addressing the Alabama Commission on Evaluation of Services.
Chair recognizes Representative Hall of Madison.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I know we're getting close to the end. I would like to request that when the committees are meeting, if we have some idea what the meetings are about. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative Rafferty of Jefferson.
That's right, that's right.
Thank you for the recognition. Does the gentleman yield?
Yes, sir.
Hey, all right. So I just had a couple of questions. You said you go on and address the substitute. So
Well,
I
we can
wanna
get the
see-
BIR first, right?
You want to go through BIR first?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm okay. What does he want to
Mr.
do?
Speaker, you want to do the BIR?
Can I speak on the substitute?
Okay, question for the body's adoption of the BR. The clerk will lock the machine. The members will vote.
No, you good. You come right back.
All the members voted. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 103 yeas, no nays. The BR is adopted. Mr. Rafferty, you want to speak now on this, to the substitute? Okay. Chair recognizes the gentleman for that purpose.
All right. All right. Well, Representative Sells, I want to start by saying that I think there's a lot to like in this bill and the substitute. The evaluation framework alone is probably one of the most rigorous things that we've seen in statute here in a long time. But I want to make sure I understand what we're trying to do here structurally. Okay, so when we created ACES in 2019, we were pretty intentional about making it a joint project between the governor and the legislature as an advisory role, right? Both branches had a seat at the table, and the substitute takes the commission fully into the legislative branch and removes the governor advisory role entirely. I'm not necessarily opposed to that. I want to be clear about that. But can you help me understand what kind of drove this decision? And was it a breakdown in this collaborative model? Or is it more of just a structural cleanup? Just kind of want to get your take on it. I wasn't in committee that day, so.
And you said the growth. What was your first question? I missed that first word. I couldn't hear it.
What part? So the thing is so the substitute, right? That is kind of doing a whole restructure of ACES, which is the Alabama Commission on Evaluation Services, and wanted to ask about what role, initially it was the governor and legislature that kind of both had seats at the table, and wanted to see what happened and how that changed.
Right. So
was there a structural reason for it, or what?
Originally, we wanted it kind of as a legislative body, but we kind of come together as a group, including the executive branch. And as we have operated for 6.5 years, so we're evaluating agencies that are managed by the executive branch, and we just think it's cleaner for us to do that as a legislative group because we're evaluating them, and people don't like evaluating their own agencies, right? So we think it's easier to do that. It restructures the makeup of the commission. After 6.5 years, we've just learned some things, and we want to make it better.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, well, I can get with that. So kind of eliminating a potential conflict of interest, that kind of thing there, correct?
Right, and if I asked you to grade yourself, it might be a little difficult.
Oh yeah, right, exactly, right. So you always, that's why in grade school you always had to hand it to your neighbor.
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Okay, so there was a couple more things with it. With APA rulemaking, or the Administrative Procedure Act rulemaking, the public notice comment period and the whole process.
Okay, the
Provision
rulemaking,
doesn't
that's,
appear in the substitute, or is it accounted for somewhere that I'm missing?
so the rulemaking process is an act of the executive branch, not the legislative branch. So when
Gotcha.
we drop them, that comes out.
Understood. Okay, gotcha. I hope you get what I'm getting here. I'm not opposed to the bill. I'm
Right,
just trying
right,
to, ACE is very important to
It is.
you know, to the legislature and to the state of Alabama. So just want to make sure I'm understanding these changes here. Now, on the concentration of the evaluation authority into the legislative committee, as the substitute's doing. So help me understand the evaluation directive provision. So under the substitute, the commission can only conduct evaluations at the direction of the legislative committee, correct?
Correct.
That committee is made up of overwhelmingly our Ways and Means and Finance chairs, which, of course, I have nothing bad to say about ever. But the same members who write the appropriations bills, correct? Just establish that. So the people who fund the programs are also the people who are going to decide which programs get evaluated. Is this correct? Okay.
Correct.
And I'm not questioning the good
They'll
faith
be
here.
members, but they won't be the only members, correct?
I'm not questioning the good faith here. I
Right,
do want to be also very clear about that.
Well,
But that's a
this is
str-
something that we've learned in the budgeting process. We've learned that it really helps our budgeting process to bring this in. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so you can kind of figure out where there might be
We have
issues.
used ACE's commission in the budgeting process, and we found out that it's beneficial to the budgeting process, right?
Understood. Okay, got it. Is there any possibility to, is there any way to possibly protect against the possibility that a politically favored program would get a pass while others get scrutinized? Would there be any protections about that?
I didn't understand your question.
Yeah.
And I'm having a hard time hearing you. I'm sorry, but
Okay. Let me see. Is that better?
Yeah.
Maybe that's better there.
yeah, I hear you.
There's an echo there. So I'm not questioning, like I said, nobody's questioning anybody's good faith. There's structural conflict of interest that I think deserves an honest conversation, though. All right. So how do we protect against the possibility that a politically favored program that's being appropriated for gets a pass while another program gets scrutinized?
Can you give me an example?
I mean, I can give you plenty.
The commission looks at programs we fund.
Right.
So, so far we haven't had any problems with that in 6.5 years.
Okay. So we'll just kind of have to watch that as it goes on, as this committee.
I guess you have to watch that with everything, maybe, but that's not an issue. This committee looks at the money we spend and looks at it right. That's really a very effective group.
It has been very effective, very effective in the past. Even during when we were going through some tumultuous times, it was coming back with some great.
This is
feedback and results.
one thing we spend money on here that pays us back dividends, because the money we invest in ACES pays us back.
Yes, absolutely. No, I agree 100%. The final thing is here, and I think my understanding is, this is more of a practical question here. And the commission testified last year that it had 5 staff members, but needs somewhere between 20 to actually do this at scale. The bill gives ACES a big, ambitious new mandate. Evaluation plans for every new program and every major expansion, casual impact studies, preliminary studies, reporting requirements. I don't see anything in the bill that addresses the staffing or funding gap. So are we doing something with that here, or is there anything in this bill that I'm kind of missing when it comes to that?
I'm not sure if I don't think that's addressed in here. We've up to eight people working there now from
Gotcha.
5, and we're expanding as we see the need. And every time we add someone to the working group, it pays off. I mean, it's the more members we have, the more we can investigate, and the more they investigate, the more we. And this is not about finding problems. It's about improving services and processes.
Good
So-
evidence-based policy.
Exactly.
Right? Yes,
So we go in, evaluate, and work with them on new technologies and new techniques, I should say, to improve the way they operate.
Okay.
And
Well, thank you for
we
answering
don't
my
find a
questions.
problem with everything. Some of them are good, right?
Yep. Thank you for asking my questions. Thank you,
Thank you.
body.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative Gavan of Jefferson.
pass this bill or something similar to this a couple of years ago?
No, ma'am, we done the original legislation in 2019, and we haven't done anything to
So
it
it was
since.
just, okay, so it was 19. I know we did something with it. I thought it was a little bit more, okay. So and when we first or last or established it, it was in 19. What did we do then? I remember because I spoke on this bill, I think I did. So
We set the commission up in 2009.
set the commission up, okay. Okay.
And like I said, after 6 years, we've learned some things, and we just are putting this into this bill
So
here.
has the commission been performing?
Oh, yes.
How many people on the commission?
I think about 15.
And help refresh my recollection.
But now that's changing in this legislation.
Okay, so they're evaluating what?
Different programs that we fund. It could be different programs, but anything that's in our budget, they are able to evaluate
And they're evaluating for what?
for efficiency. And making sure that we're spending money, that programs are working, and if they're not working, how to make them work, and if they are working, how we can improve
So tell me
them.
the programs that they have now deemed not workable or doable or not efficient.
I don't have that list in front of me, and I don't think we've deemed any unworkable. I think they've improved some. Yeah, they're.
So tell me some of the improvements.
I think I have some.
Because it's just interesting to me, you know, I'm this type, if we're bringing something to alter, amend, or restructure, I think that we should do it, that we at least show where due diligence, best practices, because if
Okay.
not, then why are we doing it?
Okay, so they have evaluated the statewide suicide prevention efforts. Excuse me. And these are just a few examples. Correctional education, hospital discharge is under the Department of Public Health. Medical provider loan forgiveness programs, increased teacher pay for the first 3 years. Every program that we do, they do look at sometimes. When the commission picks the programs we want them to look at, and they
And
look
so what
at them.
was their determination with regards to the increase in teacher pay?
I don't have that information with me.
And I guess I'm just asking, so who gets the report and how do we get a chance to see so we can evaluate the efficiency and effectiveness? I think I always tell people
We have a website.
that we should look at the effectiveness more so than the efficiency of anything, to be more effective, and how can we be more effective in our doings. But I guess I may need to just go to the website to see what their review has, what they've determined, and certainly with regards to teacher pay, because we've only given our teachers, especially this quadrennium, what, a 2% raise was the max? So they're not doing a good job of evaluating, obviously, since I haven't seen anything else regarding a recommendation. So you don't know what the recommendation?
So they've uncovered more than $6 million in cash and cash equivalents within the medical provider loan forgiveness program that wasn't being used.
And where were those funds that redirected to or reappropriated somewhere else?
I think they just, I'm not sure, but I think we incentivized them to use them. Recommended they use those funds.
And I guess for me, it's just like I said yesterday, I heard several of you all's members who spoke about accountability and transparency and things of that nature. And I just always believe that when someone says that, they should be saying it because there is a lack of accountability and a lack of transparency. I've not shown that necessarily to be the case in many regards. And so when we bring these type of bills, I try to educate myself in on the process, in the processes of the processes and how it works. But most importantly, this board is not a paid board, is it? Okay.
No, it's members of the legislature.
So how often do they meet? That's saying a lot.
About once a quarter. Yes. You're welcome. You can come to the meetings.
Yeah, I'm not interested in coming to the meetings. Okay, I just wanted to get some clarity on what the board does. And I just, like I said, I remember when we first, a few years ago, I thought it was, I don't know why I thought it was in the last quadrennium, but maybe it was. Well, it would be the last quadrennium. Okay, so I just wanted to get some clarity on it. And your bill is doing what?
Updating it. It's been operating for 6 years, and we found ways to improve it.
And what ways are you improving it?
Well, we're changing the structure, changing it had the executive branch in it, and the executive branch is coming out.
They don't have time for it. I got it.
That's right. We ain't got time for it.
No, they don't have time for it because I'm standing up here trying to figure out what the purpose of the board is, and I probably can see why they probably are coming out. But
No.
I digress.
Yeah.
And what else?
Yeah, it restructures it. Now the commission will be made up of the budget chair, the vice chairs of the House and the Senate from the budget committees.
Were they not already on there?
Some of them are, not all of them. It will be one appointment from the pro tem, one appointment from the speaker, and majority appointment from the House and the Senate will be 2 members.
Okay.
The
All
minority
right, I'm glad you explained what this evaluation process, or whatever this is, you all come up with. And hopefully next time they get back together, I would just like to know what they said about giving our educators a
Yeah,
raise.
I can get you some report. I'll get you a report.
Yeah, I would just like to know. And I guess I don't need to see the report.
I can
'cause
get
we're
you
not
some
giving them
information on it.
a sufficient raise anyway. So even if it's with the 2% or whatever they've been getting, so obviously the committee's not doing something or could be doing better with regards to our fine educators. But anyway, I just wanted to get some clarity on and refresh my recollection of what this committee was doing or not doing.
Okay,
Thanks.
we'll get you some information. Thank you.
Question for the body is adoption of the substitute. The clerk will unlock the machine. The members will vote. If all the members voted, the clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 103 yeas, no nays. The substitute's been adopted.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, I ask for final passage as substituted.
Question for the body's final passage of SB 317. The clerk will unlock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 102 yeas, no nays. SB 317 passes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Before we call the next bill, the Russellville Electric Board is in the gallery with the general manager of Derek Moore. Would you please welcome to the Alabama House of Representatives. He is the guest of Representative Parker Moore and Representative Jamie Keel. Clerk, call the next bill in the special order calendar.
On page 71 of the calendar, House Bill number 609 with substitute by Representative Reynolds relating to weatherization assistance.
Chair recognizes Representative Reynolds of Madison.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I have a committee sub. We want to go ahead and adopt this. Members, this is the Weatherization Assistance Program. The Neighbors Helping Neighbors Fund is established in the state treasury to provide eligible recipients of weatherization service. With that, I'll call for the BIR on adopt a sub.
Question for the body's adoption of the BIR. The clerk will unlock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 103 yeas, no nays. The BIR is adopted.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And members, this is basically expanding 501c3's abilities to perform and spend the monies through this weatherization program. With that, I'll call for final passage.
Question for the body's adoption of the substitute. The clerk will unlock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the votes. 102 yeas, no nays. The substitute has been adopted.
If no questions, I'll ask for final passage.
Question for the body's final passage of HB 609 is substituted. The clerk will unlock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 103 yeas, no nays. HB 609 passes. Clerk, call the next bill in the special order calendar.
Thank you, Speaker.
On page 84 of the calendar, Senate Bill number 226 with substitute by Senator Albritton relating to supplemental appropriations.
Chair recognizes Representative Reynolds of Madison.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, this is a committee sub, House recommended supplemental appropriation for 2026. As you know, as we've seen the last couple of years, this does not deal with a lot of direct appropriations from the legislature. Rather, it's a transfer of funds from one, typically a revenue or a treasury fund, to an agency, and this is no different today. I'll ask for the acceptance of the sub, and then I'll go through some more details, Mr. Chair.
Question for the body's adoption of the BR. The clerk will unlock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 102 yeas, no nays. The BR has been adopted.
Thanks, sir. Just a few of these changes, and then I do have a floor amendment. Members, just a few examples of these transfers. A transfer of up to $22,137,000 from the refundable tax credit fund to the Legislative Council Fund, and related a transfer of up to $13 million from the Real Property Management Fund to the Legislative Council. Members, this paid for the general fund portion of the $37,500 for the State House. Two largest probably movements within the supplemental appropriation are $387,500,000 from the Public Road and Bridge Fund to ALDOT, and connected to that also a $200 million from the Rebuild Alabama Fund to ALDOT. In this, from the middle column, we also transferred $2 million to the SEEDS program, and that comes from tourism from lodging tax. So with that, Mr. Chair, I'll offer an amendment.
Wait a minute. That's question for the body's adoption of the substitute. The clerk will unlock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 101 yeas, no nays. The substitute's been adopted.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I have an amendment, and on this amendment, members, there was a line item that was inadvertently defunded in the original budget, and this is related to Game and Fish Fund of the Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources for the Alabama State Wildlife Action Plan, which we use state dollars for on an annual basis to pull down federal dollars. So
Clerk,
I'll ask for adoption of
the clerk needs to receive the amendment.
Amendment to Senate Bill number 226 by Representative Reynolds.
Question for the body's now adoption of the floor amendment. The clerk will unlock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 102 yeas, no nays. The amendment is adopted.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For that, I call for final passage.
Question for the body is final passage of SB 226, a substituted and amended. Clerk will call the clerk will unlock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 102 yeas, no nays. The bill passes. Clerk, call the next bill in the special order calendar.
On page 83 of the calendar, Senate Bill number 146 with substitute by Senator Albritton, the general fund budget.
Chair recognizes Representative Reynolds of Madison.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sorry for that diversion there. Members, this is the Ways and Means General Fund substitute recommended from the House on the 2027 budget. If you want to, Mr. Chair, let's go ahead and adopt the sub, and then I will have a quick floor amendment.
Question for the body's adoption of the sub. The clerk will lock the machine. The members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 104 yeas, no nays. The substitute's been adopted.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, the governor's recommended budget for 2027 was a little over $3.6 billion. The Senate came out of the sub upstairs. Their budget recommendation was at $3.68 billion, a difference of $37,100,000. I will say that that does seem a little high, but of that, $10 million was for our first payment due on the debt service and operations of the State House. And then your House sub today that I'm recommending to you only is increasing by $12,595,000, which brings it to $3.72 billion. And that, what's significant with this is only less than a 1% increase over the 2026 budget that we passed here last year. And so I think that's significant. I think it's consistent with what we have said about a conservative budget. We do have additional revenues. If those revenues reach $300 million at the end of FY26, $20 million in the back of the budget, we have language that $20 million will go into the general fund reserve and $20 million will go into the Medicaid reserve. And certainly based on the numbers we've got, I feel pretty confident that in fact will occur. Just run through some of the highlights quickly on the budget. We've been pretty consistent over the last 4 years. We know that our district attorneys are seeing a huge increase in criminal and civil cases they're having to deal with. We added $2 million to their administrative funding. Under the Unified Judicial System, we added a line item of $5 million. And then in addition to that, we have moved $17 million, and those are moved from your judicial districts all over Alabama. I know you've heard from your court systems in your area, and certainly that is a big plus. As you know, the airport development grants has been a priority for the speaker and many of you in this room. We increased that from $13 million by $2 million to $15 million, $600,000 for the North Alabama Public Energy Districts, $750,000 to refund the statewide notification system, $1.1 million to the Historical Commission, $975,000 of that is to the Historic Blakely Authority in Baldwin County. We plussed up the TANF, which is your boys and girls clubs within your communities, at $185,000, and then $650,000 to the U.S. Veterans Memorial Foundation, and finally $400,000 to the U.S. Veterans Memorial Foundation. You do see a $3.5 million decrease in mental health. However, we have highlighted in this budget that mental health is now receiving about $8.5 million in new dollars in the middle column from new legislation, new fees that was passed in this House last year. You'll see on the prison construction maintenance, new prison construction maintenance, we have delayed a $1.8 million allocation that this body normally funds each year in the general fund because of the timing of the prisons and the prison construction. None of that money has been spent, so we'll push that to the 2028 budget cycle. This budget also includes a 2% COLA, which was about $16 million for state employees. And then, Mr. Chair, the floor amendment I have deals with a state retired employees bonus.
Clerk will receive the amendment.
Amendment to Senate Bill number 146 by Representative Reynolds.
Members, back on the amendment now. So this language will allocate $2.4 million And actually, we're going to put that in the back of the budget as a conditional to push for funds that are left over in this budget cycle. And this will fund the one-time bonus for state retirees. That bonus will be a $1 per year of service times 12 months. So if you're a retiree with 25 years, you would receive a bonus of $300. So that let's adopt the amendment, Mr. Chair.
Question for the body is adoption of the amendment. The clerk will lock the machine. The members will vote. All the members voted. The clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 104 yeas, 0 nays. The amendment is adopted.
Move for final passage.
Well, let me, question for the body's final passage of SB 146. Clerk will, yeah, you want to talk? All right, come on. Chair recognizes Representative Bracy. Sorry about that. I was being told to move on. I was being told by people over there to move on. I didn't realize Mr. Bracy wanted to speak.
Let me make sure.
Mr. Speaker, so we're gonna go ahead and take a recess for, if we're gonna make that, then I'll yield and I'll just come back once we.
We'll take the final vote on the budget, and then we'll recess.
Before we go through the messages? Okay, I agree.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. McCampbell, do you wish to speak on this bill? Mr. Daniels, do you wish to speak on this bill? Okay. Question for the body's final passage of SB 146 as substituted amendment. The clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 104 yeas, no nays. SB 146 passes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Lee, Representative Lovern.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A moment of personal privilege.
Chair recognizes Representative.
First of all, if you serve on the Ways and Means General Fund, both Republican and Democrat, please raise your hand. I appreciate all the work you've done on this budget. To the fiscal office in the back, guys, I really appreciate all the work you do to support this. And Miss Diane Harper, I don't do it without all your support and help, so thank you. And finally, Mr. Chair, I'd like to suspend the rules for the Madison County legislative delegation to local committee to meet upon the adjournment from this calendar today.
Hearing any objections to suspension of the rules for Madison County debate? Hearing
Room
none.
418.
Now? Meet right now?
Room
Okay.
418.
All right, you've heard the motion, it carries. Chair recognizes the gentleman from Lee, Mr. Lovern, for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House stand in recess till 5 p.m.
Any objections? All in favor say aye. All opposed? We are, we are in recess. We're in recess until 5 p.m.
The House will come to order. Mr. Clerk, let's pull out House Bill 475.
Message from the Senate. Mr. Speaker, the Senate has amended and is therein shown, and as amended has passed the following House bill and returned same herewith to the House of Representatives. House Bill number 475 relating to utilities, signed Patrick Harris, Secretary.
Reverend Butler.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the current state, there is no way I can support the bill, and I would move that we non-concur and go to conference and hopefully finish the negotiations of what we agreed to before.
Okay, you heard the gentleman's wishes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Chilton, Representative Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. At this time, I move to table the motion to non-concur.
Okay, so if you're in favor of tabling the motion to non-concur, your vote will be yes to table. Clerk will unlock the machine, its members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 68 ayes, 31 nay. The motion prevails.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I now move to concur with the Senate's amended version of HB 475.
Okay, you heard the gentleman's wishes. He wishes to concur to the amendment on 475 and on the bill. All those in favor will vote aye. All right. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 72 ayes, 26 nays. The bill has been concurred.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, gentlemen. Mr. Clerk, let's call out HB 266.
Message from the Senate. Mr. Speaker, the Senate has amended, is therein shown, and as amended has passed the following House bill and returned same herewith to the House of Representatives. House Bill number 266 relating to crimes and offenses, signed Patrick Harris, Secretary.
Chairman Sales.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. What the Senate done was they named this bill the Amy Dix Act. Amy was shot at a red light in Montgomery by a stray bullet, and Senate wanted to name this Amy Dix Act, and I concur.
Okay, you heard the gentleman's wishes to concur. Chair recognizes the lady from Jefferson, Reverend Van.
Sales, you said, what, tell me the name of the person's name again.
Amy Dix.
You said Andy?
Amy.
Amy, and what happened to her?
She was sitting at a red light here in Montgomery and was hit by a stray bullet. Some people having a shootout. A stray bullet struck her, and she's paralyzed now from her waist down.
So refresh my recollection as to what your bill, what
This was,
bill. I know I supported, I think I supported it, but I just can't remember what it is.
right, it's aggravated.
You don't remember what your bill about?
Yeah, I don't on this one. I have too many.
I mean, I understand there's so much hocus pocus going
Yes,
on. I ain't got
aggravated-
your
what
head
is it?
spinning around like the Exorcist. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's like if you had what is it? Let me look it up. Hold on.
Okay.
You got 8 minutes. I'll get it.
8 minutes. we done had a whole bill that done been stripped away from a member, and you trying to figure out your bill. Something is going, it's crazy around here, man. It's crazy.
What you talking about? Oh.
Now, sales, you
I
mean to
remember.
tell me
It's
you
reckless
can't remember
endangerment.
what your bill?
I just remember it's reckless endangerment.
No, he just told you, but
No,
okay,
no,
I'm
he
gonna let that slide. Listen, it's the end of the school year, and I know things happen. It's
Okay,
been,
so
yeah, go
reckless
ahead.
endangerment, we added where if it's multiple people involved, it went to a Class B, Class C felony. If they were using a weapon, it went to a Class C felony.
Okay, I just wanted to know what it was. Usually when we are concurring, we do get a chance to ask questions and to get some clarity, because we know once these bills go upstairs, they may come back down. And some of them go up at the beginning of the session, and you may not be able to fully recall what the bill is about. So I just wanted to get, not to throw you under the bus or anything, I just really wanted to get to know what was going on. This is a very political season, and the best thing for you to do is be able to be intelligent in your deliberations and know what folks are passing. So when bills come down and folks are concurring, I think we should always be respectful to allow them to explain what we are concurring on. So I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you since I didn't get a chance to speak on the last bill.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Mobile, Representative Bracy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the recognition. With the gentleman yield.
Yes, sir.
So, is the only change just changing the name? It's not changing any penalties within the criminal statute or anything like that? Okay, thank you.
Question for the body now is concurrence on HB 266. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 99 ayes, 1 nay. HB 266 has been concurred.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, gentlemen. Mr. Clerk, let's call out HB 282, please.
Message from the Senate. Mr. Speaker, the Senate has amended as therein shown, and as amended has passed the following House bill and returned same herewith to the House of Representatives. House Bill number 282, relating to the Board of Pardons and Paroles, signed Patrick Harris, Secretary.
Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm standing in for Chairman Hill. What the amendments did was there's two. The first one changes the date of the amendment of the appointments from July 1st to March 1st, just a technical date to change to March 1st. The second change would be that if a defendant is currently serving in the Community Corrections Program and then is subsequently convicted of another offense, then they would go to the prison for the Department of Corrections for the other offense and toll their stay on the Community Corrections Program. I would move to concur with this change.
Okay, you heard the gentleman's explanation. He wishes to concur. Clerk will unlock the machine and the members will vote. Clerk will lock the machine, record the vote. 99 ayes, 0 nays. HB 282 has been concurred. Chair recognizes the gentleman from Mobile, Pro Tem Pringle.
Mr. Speaker, having previously agreed to reconvene at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, I move the House stand in adjournment.
All those in favor say aye. We are adjourned.